Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, everyone. What are you talking about? I just saw Cheech on Chong for free on YouTube, but it might have been a couple of months ago because my sense of time is like everything's happening now and everything is going really fast. You guys, as usual, I'm biting off more than I can chew. So I'm going to have to bite and chew for the first few minutes of class as we just have some group therapy and connect and say what a beautiful day it is. We are alive. What are we grateful for? You know, this is like a little vloggy qigong with not soggy eggs, but fluffy. So we'll start with a little recipe, even though I know a lot of you are probably vegan. Or you're just doing like smoothies for breakfast, but it's lunchtime. I tend to just like want to work in the morning and not eat for a few hours. I guess some people call it intermittent fasting. I don't like being too disciplined and routine with my meals. I'm a random forager and hunter. Thanks for the thumbs up already. So as you pay attention to your breath, I'm going to let you know what my little recipe was this morning. Okay, this is how I make my eggs. A lot of people they don't like making eggs. A lot of guys I know are amazing chefs, amazing cooks, amazing egg makers, amazing bacon fryers. But a lot of them are like, I don't know how to make eggs. It sticks to the bottom of the pan. So this is my trick. First of all, I take the rest of my heavy cream container, like if I have a little bit left and I just ran out this morning, so it's like it sticks to the sides of the things. And then I add some of my cha water, not too much, maybe a quarter cup, half cup. Shake it up, and then I've got like water and heavy cream. I cracked 2 eggs in a little bowl, and I whipped it up with that water cream concoction. First, I whipped the eggs. Then I added spices. I mixed in my little shaker, I mixed up dill and oregano and garlic powder and black pepper. Well, no, I did black pepper separately. Anyway, Italian spices mixed with garlic. I have it all together. Good morning, Patrick. And I shook it in the eggs. And then I added the cream. And then I was melting butter and I chopped up some zucchinis and I used these dried mushrooms that I have and I just sauteed that for a minute and then I added my fluffy egg concoction and I only moved it around once and then I just let it sit there and I noticed the butter was going low, but this trick works every time. I cooked it for a couple of minutes on just below medium and I don't have a nonstick pan or anything, so I don't think that that's healthy, but you do you. And after a couple minutes, I put this plate over it. So I have less dishes. And I put the plate over my little pan and then I let it cook for 1 or 2 more minutes and then I turned it off for 6 or 7 minutes. So when you have something sitting there and the heat is off, it's still kind of getting cooked, but this condensation happens which makes it moist, which makes it not stick to the bottom of the pan. And then you've got this beautiful little browned thing that just comes off, not sticky. Does that make sense? So Jabri, I just taught you how to cook eggs. So you should try it next time. So as you guys, as we get ready, I'm just going to eat my lunch because I have to run and teach after this. So we're only going to do class till 2:45 today because mama's got to work. That was really good. I didn't know how those dried mushrooms would turn out. They're better cooked than just dried. I am a snacker. I'm a muncher. So, oh, good for you. Yeah. I actually do have a slight egg allergy, but I'm also allergic to all kinds of other things. So everything is in balance. So anyway. Yeah, I saw Cheech and Chong, Kevin, for the first time this year. I have been indulging in YouTube movies. because they're free and because it's like my social life. Like if I need a break from work, I won't get sick. My allergies, like most of my allergies, what they do is they don't make me sick, they make me tired. Or like allergies, like certain allergies would give me gas, like cheese or whatever. But welcome to our energy booster, which is through talking right now and snacking together while you do whatever you want. Get in touch with your beautiful energy that you are. Feel your chi. I like spicy food too. I added some spicy pepper to this as well. Notice your breath, notice your heartbeats, notice your mind. Mm. Notice your heart. I'm not scared. We're creating this world together. We decide to treasure certain things in our lives, to reject certain things in our lives, like an allergy. We decide to act on certain things. We decide to procrastinate. We decide to be dormant. We decide to be active. And everything's okay. I mean, cicadas need to be dormant and then they pop out. Doesn't mean they're being lazy. Certain sprouts need to be dormant underground before they pop out. Doesn't mean they're being lazy. Wintertime, there's a reason why we're slower in the winter. And now that there's spring and sunshine, there's a reason why we want to go outside. When it's raining, there's a reason why we want to be inside. Don't judge yourselves. Oh, cool. Psyching yourself up instead of psyching yourself out, eh? Mm. Hmm. Smudging is so beautiful. Powerful. Sage is here for us. Notice your breath. Are you holding anything in? Let it out. You are being so sweet. So my name is Aviva. My intention for class today is for us to have an energy booster to continue our day with more energy. And part of energy boosting is energy sinking and letting it just not do something so that you can rebuild yourself. Also, my intention is for us to have a good time together, connect, and just chill, not take life too seriously, and to do some exercises that really help us magnify our chi and our chi potential and just radiate our love light vibrations to the world. So as I choo choo on my train, I'm going to sit back. There's a bunch of you watching today, and I would love to hear your intentions for class today. If you have anything bothering you, anything tight, anything painful, anything emotionally going on, bring it to me because we've got chakras, we've got mudras, we've got mantras, we've got stretches for all of your needs today. Bring it on. Don't be shy. Or if you don't want to share it with the whole world, just write it on a piece of paper yourself. Because as we go through class, you're going to want to get distracted. And then you can just look at your intention and be like, okay, this is why I'm here for the next hour. And I'm going to honor that. I'm going to be good to myself. Jabri's intention is to be here with you today, and he's feeling good today, and he would like to focus on his whole body down to the feet, which he can do by himself. If nobody else wants feet help. So let's see what everyone else wants. I'm here for it. If some of you cannot do the chat because you're not logged in, then you can email me right here. Which is also my Zelle and my PayPal. And if you want to take the time to throw me some monetary love, which I will feel as love, that's my Cash App. Burns and cuts and bites and more. This is what the gel is for. Aches and pains and muscles sore. So go get yours in my personal store. We've got Asea gel. You can use it for wrinkles. You can use it for varicose veins. You can use it for boo-boos, owies, carpal tunnel. It relieves so many symptoms. I have a friend who even used it for fibroids. What is your intention? What is your intention? Also, if you want to be a tax deductible monthly supporter, I'm going to shoot you my Patreon link. And thank you to all my patrons out there. I'm getting ready to send you the track of the month. If you donate $10 or more a month, then I send you a track that often has not been released yet. So there you go. I think I might send you all the song that I sang last Tuesday for testimony. I just got to rip it from the video. Patrick's got an intention rolling in, rolling in. I'm going to finish chewing. Then I'm going to read it out loud as you all throw me your intentions. I'm going to check my email. No intentions there, unless it's in spam. Just a lot of weird things in spam. We're going to go back to this video. Blessings, says Patrick Z. My intentions for today's class is to have fun and to get a bit of that boost and let my limiting beliefs loose. My hips are a bit stiff after all the stooping and lifting lately. Thank you. That is so common for us to have stiff hips. Simply by sitting on our butts. It's not natural, but it's what we do. But it's what we do, pun intended. I love it. We're going to do some hip work today. We might do some feet work today. So we're going to do the creativity chakra. That's good for the hips. If you feel like sitting on your butt and doing something for your hips. Lifting your legs above your hips too, like just raising them, like doing a little bit of like the kick back and forth and just trying to get your legs above your hips. That is always a good thing to do while you're doing work, just to remind yourself and your hips that you love them and that you're going to let the circulation go the other way and help your hips not just be pointing, giving the energy down, but receiving energy from above. Thank you for sharing, Jabri. That means a lot to me. Any more intentions? Oh, wait. 1 or 2 more minutes. Let's talk about the hips as intentions are rolling in. Hips are so amazing. I hope you all love your hips. I mean, metaphysically, physically, our hips are like energy capacitors. Capacitors. Of course, I learned this in belly dance, but even before I trained in belly dancing, I trained in something called the Alexander technique. I didn't train to teach it, but I just took a lot of classes. And in that philosophy, you learn that your hips are essentially energetically a figure eight. And what does that mean? They're infinite. They are connected to an infinite source of energy. They are capable of like producing energy. So if you walk with awareness, and that's one thing we'll do today, you'll realize every step you take is adding energy to your own personal grid that you can access. It's like a windmill adding energy to the grid. But when we're stiff and we're just using our legs to walk instead of our hips, we're not producing energy. We'll get tired. Ball joints are so fun. It's like going to a ball. Ball joints are like those balls that we wiggle around in our hands, those stress balls. All right, y'all, let's breathe in our intentions. Release anything in the way. Breathe in your intentions. Release resistance. Blah, 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 blah. Breathe in your intentions. Release anything you don't need. I don't need resistance. I want infiniteness. Oh. Breathe in your intentions. Release the gooey, snotty, mucus inhibitors of your energy. One more breathe in. And just release your insecurities, your doubts. So we're going to start with the creativity mudra as we're sitting here. For women, the left thumb is on top. For men, the right thumb is on top. If you feel like however you're doing it doesn't feel right for you, just switch it. It doesn't mean you're not a man or not a woman. It just means that magnetically you're just polarized different right now. You could be on the equator, who knows? All right. So when you get your hands in position, some people just switch it like, oh, I'll put the right on top. No, you got to switch all the fingers as well. So it's every other finger is the other is the other hand. That makes sense? So my left thumb is on top and then my right thumb. Then this finger and then this finger. Then this and this and this. It just fits together. You're never touching the same finger on the same hand. It's all interwoven. That's what a lot of mystical exercises are about, interweaving the left and the right sides of our bodies and finding balance. All right, so you can rest your hands down and just gently breathe. Just connect with your energy. What do you notice as you hold this mudra? You, my friends, are connecting with your creative energy as opposed to the destructive thumb war energy. Feel the gentle resting of your fingers into each other. It's like you're holding your own hand. You're supporting yourself. I'm so sensitive. I think I literally feel drunk on I take a couple of alcohol-based substances like the artichoke extract I have. I swear that one little freaking thing makes me drunk. I try to remember to put it in my coffee or hot tea while it's really hot so some of the alcohol can evaporate, but I usually remember after it's cooled down a little bit. Rest those hands into each other. Relax those wrists and breathe into that second chakra, the womb, the hips. This is for the hips. Feel the fingers and the feet of your hips. Where would they be? What are they grabbing onto? What are they releasing? How are they resting into each other? The right and the left side. Notice your breath. Where do you feel your breath moving in your body? Where do you feel your energy moving in your body? Think about the amazing pattern of your intestines that are also similar in a way to the figure eight, eights on top of eights on top of eights on top of eights, wrapping around each other like a microphone cord, like an accordion, like a fan, one of those folding fans that can open up and make music. I like thinking about the intestines as an accordion. The what's it called? Peristalsis is like, hitting the pedal or pedal. It's like peristalsis. It's moving, and then you go back and it makes noises. I don't think anyone's done sound therapy with an accordion, but it's probably good medicine for the large intestine. You can hold this anywhere you want. Notice how it can feel different when you hold it in different areas. I must eat more. It's also so important to remember that when you are sitting down for long periods of time, even short periods of time, our brains don't understand the best way to get up from sitting. So it's important to activate your animal mind whenever you're sitting down or standing up, because the great thing about the animal mind, which a lot of people criticize because they're like, oh, the desires that you have from your animal desires are less than like raised high vibrations or something like that. But the really great thing about our animal desires is that they are very body aware. And so not only body aware of like hunger and sexual desires or whatever, but also body aware of moving the body in a very natural way, like natural body movements. So if you get in touch with your animal nature and you're just like, "Rah," when you're about to stand up, you'll notice like your thighs activate in certain ways, your toes activate in certain ways, your back, your spine activates in a certain way that gives your body really good mechanics to stand up and sit down. So if you think about being an animal as you're standing up and sitting down, it's good for your body. And instead of thinking about being an animal, you could also just like start wiggling around or put dance music on and dance in your seat for a minute, because that also activates muscles and helps you do things that are kind to your body instead of damaging to your body. Maybe that's why I like eating while I move and dance and because my body's like activating more awareness of itself. Mm. Let's do a little neck awareness before we stand up. Open up your right hand in a V. Bring it around the left ear. Slide down. Swallow. And then rub or just press or activate this area that a lot of energy gets trapped in, right? You can squeeze it. You can press it right there. Oh, yeah. If you find a point, press it for a moment. Activate the removal of destructive chi. A couple more times. Thanks for the thumbs up. Y'all are really awesome. And again. Oh, yeah. Also, I just want to remind you that liking and commenting on this video also brings traffic this way, so I appreciate it, even the negative comments. Other side. Open in a V. Around the right. All right. Take your time finding that point to release toxins. 2 more times. And one more time. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. So this is absolutely a mudra. This is the gratitude mudra. I think this is also a common praying mudra. And it's like, sometimes when I pray, it's like I do this really tight, really activate that creative energy. Because creation and gratitude are amazing ways to manifest your dreams. Let's do some face taps. I can do this while I'm eating. You can use 1 or 2 hands and just like gently tap your head, like as if it's raindrops gently dripping on your face. Really gentle. Don't feel like you're beating yourself up, because it can be really, like, this is really tender and painful if you hit it too hard, if you have congestion. And the thing about our face is it's a very, how do I say this? It's a very complicated emotional landscape. Oh, yeah. There is an emotional landscape of your psyche all up in your face, probably equal to the complicated emotional landscape that we have in our bellies, in our 3rd chakra. But we hold a lot of tension in our face. And those of us who were born through a vagina have very unique emotional landscapes, because our skulls are slightly softer when we're babies, and we squeeze our heads through this cave, and different unique pressure points happen on all of us. And so the birthing pains that we might experience and the birthing pains of our moms that we might have experienced empathically can still be in that landscape of our skull. Reason being, inner child work philosophies say that our full emotional expression molecules and chemistries aren't available to us until we're about 7 years old. So when we're 7 years old, we start to kind of feel the things that we couldn't feel before that. And so all the little um, emotions and big emotions, look at all the redness, all those feelings that are coming up, that are popping up. They're like seeds and they just start growing. And then when we're 7 years old, it's like they blossom into flowers and they get expressed. I think something happens at 2 also, the terrible twos. So when you're 7, it's almost like you experience this relief, like, I finally am expressing my emotions. Like 7's usually like a really great year for children. Like they're just really sweet a lot of the time. Oh yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of unique. So if you have anger that comes up and you scream it, as you're doing, especially around the eyebrow area, that area that was squeezed and so scary when you were popping out. Um, and if you were cesarean, baby, you have your own unique birth feelings as well. Absolutely. I like that comedian's joke who said, "Yeah, I just have this issue now. Whenever I go into a house, whenever I leave a house, I go through the window." But yeah, it's good to just check in and tap. And I think, especially on rainy days, I mean, some people say it's the barometric pressure. But I think especially on rainy days, the birthing feelings can come up in us because it's like the darkness activates it, like we're in this dark cave and we're about to birth out into the sun. Let's just do some raking here. Raking meaning like this is like a rake and you're raking gently. Mm. Hello, Japjun. I don't try to crack my fingers because he asked or she asked, "Can you crack your fingers?" I don't try to because I don't think it's something it might feel good to you or sound fun to you, but it's basically like not exactly qigong, it's not like giving yourself energy. Let's go below the lips now. But sometimes if my fingers crack while I'm doing qigong, that's fine. But it's not my intention. Like it sometimes happens. It's just another chi feeling, in a way. Oh, it feels so good. And remember, as we do qigong movements, it's really good to relax the jaw and open the mouth a little bit. Otherwise, you're tightening your jaw. If your lips aren't parted, then your jaw is not relaxed. And we want to keep the face relaxed. All right, y'all, wiggle, get in touch with that animal primal nature, and we're going to stand up and start doing some other movements here. While you do that, I'm going to bite and chew. Move on over, chair. Hmm, something I dropped. A hair thing. How common of me to find my hair stuff on the floor. We're going to start with just some basic chi walking back and forth. A lot of masters recommend you do chi walking 20 minutes a day to prevent and heal all diseases. I'm going to start by teaching you the hand motion, which is just lifting the wrist gently as if there's strings here and you're not, and it's effortless. And it's just raising. And then down. Well, thank you for watching other videos, and I'm glad you're finally commenting, Jop. So, are you requesting that we do the hand stretching? Which I think is a great thing to always do. So that's the hand motions we're doing in the chi walking. They're just gently going up and down, so I just want you to practice that. And so what we're going to do next is gently lift the feet up with as much gentle nature as you're doing this. And that's the hardest, I think, most challenging thing about Qigong is learning how to let go of the muscles that we normally use, like pretending you're a zombie in a way. And it's just like your body's moving by itself. So we're gonna lift that right foot up now as you lift both arms, relaxing those fingers. You're gonna step down on that right ball of the foot and then the heel. And then you're gonna gently let the hips sway towards that foot that just stepped down. And the hands, if you notice, are now at like belly button level. Then you're gonna lift the left foot while your hands are on the right side of your body, gently lifting that left foot. You're gently putting it down now, ball, and then heel. And then you're gliding those hands across that belly button plane, and you're getting to the other side of the body. While it's on the other side of the body, you're leaning all the way to the left, all the weight's coming on your left, and then the right side lifts up so naturally, so gently, so effortlessly. And then as it comes back down, your hands glide again to the side of the foot that just came on the ground. And you just continue this back and forth. We're not going to do 20 minutes, but if you would like to, then just press pause, do your 20 minutes or 10 minutes. I think we're going to do 10 minutes and then come back on for the 10 more minutes. So I have this new rule with myself because I've never really been a coffee drinker until the quarantine. It lifts resistance that I have to working on the computer. And it's perhaps a natural resistance that I have. 'Cause working on the computer is not fun, but it's a great tool to connect with all of you. So my new rule is if I'm going to have a second cup of coffee, I have to have a whole one of these first of water. And I think that's a really good rule because coffee is dehydrating. Adding lemon to that too would be nice. Notice how you're holding your head also. And remember those lips parting in the smile. It just fills you with love, doesn't it? I'm gonna put some shades on to shade out some of this blue light. Oh, yeah. I don't know why YouTube doesn't show me the numbers. It showed me one person was watching on Monday, and obviously a bunch of you were commenting, and it just showed me the number one. And then when I stopped the video, it showed me 33 people had already watched it. And then last night, I edited those commercials right away because they try to put like a commercial literally every second in my video, which basically stops people from being able to watch it and get the teaching. So I just had, the 3 commercials instead of the 100 commercials that they put in there. And then this morning I went to just find this video, and so I pressed on that one to get to this one. It was just like a way, and it again put like 100 advertisements in it on Monday's class. So I deleted them all again. It's like, stop messing with me. Let my people grow. Let my people flow with the chi, y'all. Let my people go. You're my people, yo. Hey, man, you gotta work. Gotta do your life's work, Jabri. Did you get to watch it after the fact? It was a really good class. I really enjoyed that one. I like that it was so early. So this Monday we'll be back to 10:30, by the way. I think this Sunday I'm gonna live at 8. And this is gonna be the last month of Sunday Night Lives, by the way. Taking a break. Maybe I'll come back in May. I don't know. But no Sunday Night Lives in April, so enjoy it while you can. You're gonna have to come see me live at Golden Drops on Saturdays, 3 to 5. We gotta start a thing there, you know? Y'all gotta come together in person. We gotta start gathering, y'all. Gathering in person is God's work, you know? God says you need, I think, 12 people gathered in my name, says God, in order to form a minion. What's the use of forming a minion? It's moving a belief system of protection and love around you. If I let Mary Lou do Sunday Night Live, that's work for me because she comes over here and smokes in the house, throws her clothes everywhere. She does make pretty good food though, but she really messes up the dishes. And so then I have to clean it. And so if Mama Penguin wants to take a break, Mary Lou is not the answer. But I like that thinking, Jabri. I like that train of thought that you got going on. Definitely a good train of thought. The other cool thing, Patrick, about doing qigong at different times, and I mentioned this in another video, I'm not sure if you caught it, but because we did do qigong at 1:30 on Mondays for so long, it creates an imprint on your body at 1:30. So whether we do the qigong at 1:30 on Mondays or not, we get the qigong does us. Even though we're not doing qigong, the qigong does us. That's how they talk about it, the masters. Right, Grandmaster Fu? if you're watching, which I hope you're not, because I'm probably not doing your Qigong teaching justice. But anyway, um, the Qigong does us. The Qigong works on us if we're not working on the Qi. And we've created that. So it's like we get a double Qigong class on Mondays when we do it at 10:30, because at 1:30 incoming, there is some energy. But eventually it'll wear off. But there's something, the discipline of doing Qigong the same time every day pays off exponentially. And they call it like quantitative healing, where like your organs experience a deeper cleanse because you just did it the same time a couple of days ago or a week ago, even. So there's more access to the chi because of your routine and your discipline. It's like watering a garden and keeping it going. And it's like if you don't water it after a while, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good analogy. You don't have to apologize, Jeffrey. I love it. I love that you said that. Very creative. 2 more minutes and we'll have our 10 minutes, but I kind of feel like we should do 11 minutes of chi walking and chi talking. You can lift your knees as high as you want. There's no rule on that. I have some students, I don't know if you're watching, from the YMCA who used to like walking backwards. I'm walking in place, but you all can be walking around the room. I'm just walking in place so you can see me. But you can walk forward, you can walk backwards, you can walk up the stairs, you can walk down the stairs. You can walk like an Egyptian. Mm. Yeah, I like integrating Qigong in my performances at Golden Drops, just asking even people to breathe. I need you guys to show up. Like Patrick, the couple of times you've gone, if you weren't there, nobody would have clapped because you would start the clapping after the songs and everyone else would clap because you clapped. So I appreciate that so much. It's great to do at night. Have you tried the Shizuto Masunaga Meridian exercises before you go to bed? Because they're exercises that you can do lying down. But be careful because I have fallen asleep while I do them, and you don't want to fall asleep in some of those positions. You wake up and your circulation is like, what's going on? I'll just like be like this. And 20 minutes later, I'll be like, what am I doing? Breathing exercises are so good too. But absolutely, the body, sometimes sleep isn't enough for the body. Sometimes Qigong can be more relaxing than sleep, especially if your muscles need a certain detox, you know? It's like wiping off tar on a window so you can see the sunshine while you sleep. If that makes sense. Like drinking water. Sometimes I have to wake up and drink water. Sometimes I have to wake up and pee. So it makes sense. Sometimes you got to wake up and chi. All right, 11 minutes. We're just going to sway back and forth now. So pretend you are a beautiful sunflower, and my hands are just like this above my head, like I'm holding a chi ball in the middle of them, and keep the feet nice and grounded, especially if you have an active mind. Sometimes our active minds don't let us sleep. So Qigong is a great way to calm that mind. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night to write a song or write down a testimony. Release tension that could be crawling up your spine, the back of your heart. Keep those feet on the ground. Don't lift them when you're doing this. Keep them nice on the ground. And if it hurts to hold your hands up high, you could just do it like this. It's kind of like we're doing the tree part of the Wu Qigong, the swaying tree. Let's swing back and forth. Bend the knees on this so you don't strain the knees. Y'all eating your berries? Your berries and your apples. That helps with sleep too. I want to do so much. I want to do a sleep video, but I have my hands filled with hempdemic. It's my priority right now. But hopefully this week I'll get to another Sunday songwriting. Pray for me. Send me chi for Sunday songwriting. I haven't done one in a few months, I think now. And I have so much footage. I have all the songs. I just don't have them edited and vlogged and documented. How dare I? It's those two lips that make us stand on our tippy toes. Get it? Tiptoe through the two lips. Okay. Shake it out. We are going to do some walking. And we're just going to notice the hips as we walk. Are they walking in a figure eight? Are they doing the walking? Are you holding back the figure eight experience? We are all Marilyn Monroe right now. Exaggerate that figure eight in your hips as you walk. Sure, Jop. It's good to take a break from the hips. Thank you for that direction. I'm just so happy that we're focusing on hips today and that was requested, because I know hips are the secret to zero energy waste of your own chi. When we don't have hip chi and hip energy, it's more likely that we give our energy away to people. and we feel depleted of our energy. So we're going to do this hip walking for a couple more minutes where you're really indulging in your hips being the leaders of the walk. So instead of the feet walking you, your hips are walking you. Instead of the thighs walking you, your hips are walking you. Instead of your head walking you, some people walk like this. Your hips are walking you. Instead of your neck walking you, some people walk with their necks. Lean back a little bit. See how far you can lean back. You don't want to lean back too far. But you can look in a mirror and see, am I a straight line when I'm walking? Or am I like this? Or am I like this? Lean back just enough so that you can feel your abdomen's just being centered. One of the biggest benefits of paying really good attention to your hips and acknowledging them and recognizing them and letting them move fluidly is that it prevents lower back pain. Because that lower back ends up taking the slack when we fire our hips. We give the workload to the lower back. Especially if we don't have tight abs, because our abs aren't strong enough. It needs the lower back to step in and hold you upright, because the hips just are being denied their primal ways because of self-judgment and judgment of others and judgment of societal norms saying you're not supposed to move your hips. It's too seductive. It's not masculine. I mean, obviously, guys, you're not going to go out with your hips like that. But the thing is that you're still doing it on a subtle level. And if you do some belly dancing, guys have, in ancient times, it was always guys doing the belly dancing too. So if you look at anyone who's not American, observe them. They move their hips more when they walk. The guys move their hips more when they walk. It's in their culture. It hasn't been beaten out of them. Walk around, walk around, walk around, walk around. It helps to go slow motion too, to find that subtle hip motion that could be just frozen in place by fear. Might help to rub your belly. There you go. Yeah, I was just thinking, I don't really see it in a redneck. And you're right. The rednecks have it too in their cowboy boot dancing. Totally. It is totally a macho thing, y'all. You just don't realize it. Just got to get in touch with your primal nature. And that's why also like some power women, they might think that moving their hips make them less powerful because they're trying to be masculine. And again, that's just a myth because actually masculine men move their hips too. So we can all move our hips. And that's the real hippie. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier when I was like, lift your leg above your hips, or you can do that movement while you're working and twerking. Y'all just gotta realize working is twerking. Bring the twerk into the working. All right, before we go to the hands, we're just gonna do some stomping and try to add a little bit of hip movement to the stomping. So the stomping is just lifting the feet off the ground and just letting them fall down on the ground with a little bit of weight. And that's just basically adding dimension to your groundedness in the moment, making sure that you're fully in your feet, not just that the feet are on the ground, but your energy is also connected to the ground. Make sense? Relax your faces. Now I'm swaying back and forth, heel to toes. Shake out the left ankle, shake out the right, shake out the left, shake out the right, shake out the left, shake out the right, shake out the left, shake out the right, shake out the left hand, shake out the right, shake out the left, 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 shake out the And we're going to do a quick exercise. Hands up, hands forward, hands down, hands back, hands all the way up. And then we're going to flap. Breathe. Push, hold. Release. All right. We're going to start with the left hand. Stretch it down. Breathe. Other way. One finger at a time. Breathe into each finger. And again. Full hand. Use two fingers and just squeeze each finger. And rub this point right here. Large intestine, lung area. Squeeze this side of the hand. Squeeze all the way up the elbow. Makes the middle finger come up. And squeeze the wrist. Back and forth a little bit. Loosen that up. Shake it out. Hi. All right, other hand. Stretch. Look down. One finger at a time. Starting with the thumb, by the way. Oh yeah, baby. This area. And this area. And squeeze the wrists. Relaxes the jaw. Stretch. Other direction. Other hand. Other hand. Behind your back. Okay. All right. Let's end with the lung, large intestine stretch. That's behind you. And you're going to bend over, open up the legs. Breathe. All right. Arms up, one leg out. Bring it in. Back and forth. Up on the tippy toes if you want. Link the thumbs one more time. Bend it over. Excellent, my friends. Good class. Any questions? Anything you'd like to share? Any aha moments? Any challenges? Any breakthroughs? Any requests? Comments? Let's bow it out. Optional bow. Grateful for the lineage holders. Sheshe Zhongshe. Grateful for all the teachers. Sheshe Laozhe. Filling our hearts with gratitude and compassion, we spread this out to all of you angels. I appreciate you too. Mwah. So much love to all of you. 15 hugs a day. See you right here, Monday, 10:30. Let your friends know. Invite them next time. I'll see you when I see you.